I'm Javen Ray, and this is
D. Fogelman.
the On the Move podcast. So um, we're in the fourth quarter of the year. I think we've had a fantastic year. By the time this comes out, it should be right around Halloween. So I guess what are you going this Halloween for Halloween?
Halloween. Actually, I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know if I'm just going to be a father, if I'm going to be a mover, if I'm going to be a businessman. No, honestly, I'm going to try to have something fun in there. Usually what I do is it's a themed Halloween costume that goes with the family. So whatever the family decides, I'm going to just be one of them. Who knows though? Because this has been a fun year with the different like books, with the K-pop, with all these different things that are going out. So we'll see what my kids pick. What about you? What are you gonna do?
I've been like a pink gorilla for like 4 years now. It's some costume I bought like the day before Halloween, like 5 years ago. Works every time. Um, so yeah, probably that for the fifth year in a row.
I don't know. You might need to switch it up a little bit. I don't think pink gorilla.
I don't have kids. I don't really can just hand out candy to the four people who come by my house. That's why I like four people come by. That's what I do.
I think you should dress up as a wolf. I do. I think you should be like the king wolf to go with those amazing dogs that you have. I think that would be priceless.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
But we shall see. So obviously, fourth quarter is just started. I mean, you want to talk about things going on that we have coming in the fourth quarter, or
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah, so the fourth quarter, to me, fourth quarter is the most exciting quarter of the year. I mean, it's just like sports, right? You got to finish strong, you got to close it out. But the amazing part of it is it starts off, we have baseball, we have basketball, we have football, we have hockey. So all the major sports are there. So I get to go home and watch that. But then we're closing off with all of our different partners, our realtors, our BNIs, our lead shares, our chambers. There's so many different appreciation events. And I feel like every week we're doing two, maybe three. And it's really good to see over the year the new relationships that you've created, the new clients that you've made happy, and just, finishing on a high note, on a happy note. What about you?
Yeah. Same thing. There's going to be a lot of events we have to attend. Finishing the year out strong, moving wise. Hitting our sales goals always a big target. And football and the hockey and the sports being back could make it a lot more fun or enjoyable on the weekend because there's actually things that I enjoy to watch. But yeah, no, the events at the end of the year always come on strong. They're always fun. Everyone who hosts them always do a fantastic job, and I'm just excited to get back into that season. So, what's anything new?
So I mean, there's always something new, but what makes me think about the end of the year, and obviously summertime's the busiest time for moving. Like that is our busy season. Wintertime is usually the slowest, but this year doesn't seem like a normal year. It hasn't really hit a digression, right? Our phones are ringing left and right. People are moving left and right. That's a great thing for the economy. That's a great thing for the area that we live in. And whether it's business or residential, I want to see that keep on thriving, right? I want us to get back into a place where we were in maybe in like 2021. It seems like everybody just had buku dollars. Nobody was hurting and everybody was happy. And if we can have that around Christmas time, around Thanksgiving, around the end of, this month, I think that would just be amazing. Um, as far as struggles though, do you see anything that seems that we're going to be struggling in the last quarter, or what is your prediction there?
No, I think we're gonna end the year pretty strong, like you said and you touched on. There's been a lot of people calling in for move. We're getting a ton of leads, people moving, and that's always a good thing. I mean, one thing I would say, obviously, as the end of the year comes, it is more holiday heavy with Christmas, Thanksgiving, and all the other ones out there. So definitely plan accordingly. Just like anything, you don't necessarily want to move the day before or around the holiday. It just gets a little difficult, makes it way more stressful for you. Not saying that we can't help you if that's how it needs to be or that's what you choose to do. But, definitely just plan accordingly and do what fits best in your schedule. This time of year, scheduling isn't really an issue. So if don't worry about the dates. I always like to say that is the easiest part of the move, especially in the wintertime.
Well, I mean, speaking about planning accordingly, that's I don't seem excited, but I'm pretty excited about we have that declutter program that's really geared towards our realtors. But around Christmas time, around Thanksgiving, around the holidays, we always do like a seasonal declutter program. So people that are hosting parties or they have family coming over to their house, we come in there and we help declutter their home so that they can have videos, that they can take pictures throughout their house so that everybody can come in and they can be proud of their environment, right? You don't have that closet of shame. You don't have that room of shame. We hold it in there in our warehouse for them until the holidays are over. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting. I know I've taken advantage of it myself when having people over. I believe you did too one year, but that's really a boost for us. It doesn't cost a lot of money either. So it's like if you're out there and you're planning on having your hosting for this holiday season, definitely give us a call. We'd love to make your environment, your space, your venue something you can be proud of. I guess another thing is as Halloween is quickly approaching, it's safety. Please be careful out there. I know everybody gets excited about Halloween time. It's dark out, the kids are out, people are going door to door trick or treating. Slow down. Look when you're coming up to a stop sign. Look when you're in a neighborhood. Like, there's going to be a lot of kids that are not really paying attention or just going to run across the road and they're hyper. It's a fun time of year. And I don't want to hear about any bad stories. I just want everybody to be safe out there. I want everybody to have a wonderful Halloween. I want everybody to get tons of candy. Make sure your lights are on. Safety always comes first. And that's the same thing. That includes your vehicles. Make sure that your headlights are on. Make sure that you're checking your lights so that all of your lights, whether it's your parking lamps, whether it's your brake lamps, whether it's your tail lights, headlights, I'm going to be a father safety figure for a second here. We want to make sure that everybody is safe out here in this time of year. We all just want to finish, 2025 on a high note, on a safe note, and health always comes first. So this is D. Fogelman.
I'm Javen Ray, and real quick, no further ado, we are going to have Brian with Easy Downsizing on. He's going to tell us a little bit about what he does, and we're excited to hear from him. So thanks for listening.
Thank you.
I'm Javen, and today we're with Brian McDaniels of Easy Downsizing. We're excited to interview him, and we're hear more about what he does. I see at least a good start. He got the memo of the right colored shirt, so that's good. But Brian, you mind telling us what Easy Downsizing does? Sorry, and how you kind of got started?
Yeah, sure. And thanks for having me. Easy Downsizing is we're an estate sale company. But we're an online auction estate sale company. Where traditional estate sale companies, they kind of go into a house, they put price tags on things, which people are kind of normal to. They shop the house for, 2 or 3 days. Day one, they usually don't come down on prices. Day two, they'll come down a little bit. Day three, they'll usually go down half price. And that's how traditional estate sale companies work. Where everything is online. There's no shopping through the house, turning the house into a thrift store type thing. Everything starts at $1. It gets sold at the highest bidder.
All right. And how long have you guys been in business, and kind of what made you decided to do it this way?
We used to do it the other way. We've been in this about 12 years now. And I'll say, the problem with traditional estate sales is, people shop the house for a few days, and at the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff left in the house, and it's what do you do with the stuff that's left over? And that's kind of like left up to the homeowner. Do they donate it? Do they, have someone come in and do a buyout? Do they clean out? Does it go to a landfill? So the way that we do it, is everything, like I say, everything goes online. It starts at $1. So it gets sold at the highest bidder. And through this process, we're able to sell 98% of the items in the home. So at the end of the sale, there really isn't much left. And what is left are things that people aren't willing to pay $1 for. And people say, well, what do you sell? And we say, we will sell a half bottle of Windex if it's in the house. And does anybody bid on a half bottle of Windex? They're not going like, hey, I need a bottle of Windex. I think I'll go to the estate sale. They're like, hey, I need a dresser, but I have to go pick up the dresser. So there's some cleaning supplies. I'll buy those too. So it works out.
That sounds like it's a really good idea. It sounds like everyone's doing it one way and you're doing it another. So that's something that definitely differentiates you from other companies. What made you decide to get into the estate sale business?
Oh, I love it. No, I've been selling stuff online forever. I started working in a live auction in like 1984. I was in the Marines in Jacksonville, North Carolina. and I was the Vanna White. I would hold stuff up and people would, the auctioneer, 29, I don't know about getting a 25 out there, I don't want to get other than a 5. And I would hold it and he would sell it that way. And I was kind of interested in that thing and seeing what people were paying for stuff and kind of getting an interest in things in general. And, I'm really passionate about recycling, keeping things out of landfill, and kind of the history of things. You look at something, you're like, where did that come from? Who owned that type of thing? And so I kind of have an appreciation for used things, and I like getting them in the hands of people who still have a purpose for those things and keeping them out of landfill. So I became passionate about it. So that's how I ended up where I'm at.
That is awesome. What is one of the, if you're allowed to say, what is one of the craziest things or most unique things that you?
Oh my gosh. Stagecoach. So I say that's unusual. I mean, we don't see a lot of stagecoaches in this business, but somebody had one. It's like, where did this come from? Tell me a little bit of history on this thing. So, we've done that, but we've come across, Rembrandts, occasionally. And what's really cool is we find something and people really don't know what it is. And we kind of bring that to light by selling it online as opposed to a traditional estate sale is we open it up to like the world. If we put it online, get people bidding from all over the world on these things rather than just Northern Virginia necessarily, where people would show up locally and shop type of stuff.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you can ship it anywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah. We ship things, smaller things. We've shipped things as big as dining room tables and stuff, but we will take those to a professional shipper. If someone's interested in something like that, we're not packaging that up in our warehouse or shipping it out. Right.
Makes sense.
Right.
How could the listeners get on your website if they're interested in looking at us?
We have our website is, we have two kind of sites. One we call our marketing site where someone just wants to go get information, and that's just EzDownsizing.com. And it's the letter EZ downsizing.com, not the word easy, the letters EzDownsizing.com. And from there's a link that says go to auctions. And once you go there, you end up on our bid.EzDownsizing.com platform. People can bid there and they can look at what's for sale. And what's nice about it is they can even look and see what is sold previously. All of our auctions are still on that site. We don't remove any of the sales that we've done previously. So if someone's interested in selling something, they can go there and they can look and they can see, hey, this is what they're selling and this is what they're getting for the items that they're selling. So it's also a reference tool that people use.
Yeah, no, that's as good as. And are the auctions held daily, weekly, certain times, or any time? Or
yeah, so all of our auctions, they run 1 week. So we usually start on a Wednesday and it'll run till the following Wednesday. And then the pickup is going to be typically on the weekend, like on a Saturday when people are not working. So starts on a Wednesday, people can bid all through the week till the following Wednesday. And then the bidding is over. And then because the pickup's on the weekend, people have a day or two. If they buy something big, a lot of people don't have a pickup truck. So it'll give them a little bit of time to either phone a friend or go to U-Haul and say, hey, I just bought this dining room table. I need to get it home. Right.
And you only service the Northern Virginia area? Or?
We will go to Texas if it makes sense. So, we have done sales as far as north as I'll say Ohio, and we've done sales in Florida. So it just depends on who has what and whether it makes sense for us to do it for them. And, we're always looking out for the best interest of our customer. If we think we're the best candidate to service them, then we'll let them know. And if we're not, then we'll advise them to maybe go with somebody who's local to them.
That's all. Always good to have a customer first approach. What would be the best way if someone was potentially, moving and obviously we come across it, get a lot of good amount, but they don't necessarily want certain things? Is there, I guess, a good way to contact you and see if it even is a good fit?
Yeah, absolutely. They can go to our site, EzDownsizing.com. Give us a call, and people don't know. Some people have something and they think it's worth something, and it's not. Some people have something and they think it's not worth anything, and it is. And we have two approaches. One, we do what we call an in-home sale, where if somebody's, downsizing significantly, we don't want them to move everything. We'll just leave it right there in the house. We take a photo of it. We put it online. We sell it from the home. If they've only got, they're moving cross country, they've got like 4 things they're not taking with them. We have a facility in Sterling where we accept those items on consignment. We bring them into our warehouse and we sell them that way rather than doing the sale out of the home.
Anything else you want to share? Anything else
No,
about your company?
you know, we sometimes people will call a moving company. Sometimes they'll call a realtor first and say, "Hey, I'm moving," and then they'll contact us. Or sometimes we get into the house first and they say, "Do you know a mover?" And you know, I was happy to say it one. You know, recently I said, "Yeah, I know a mover. I know Star Moving. They're awesome." And you know, Star Moving actually came in there and they moved the things that this lady wasn't selling. And they just had she left a raving review for Star Moving. So appreciate the job that you guys are doing for my clients, and I just feel, you know, um, it's awesome to be able to rely on somebody like Star Moving that I can refer and know that again, they're the customer first approach.
Yeah, no, we always obviously appreciate that, and we appreciate your time here today as well. And it was really nice getting to know more about your business and how people can reach you and what you do. So appreciate your chat. And I'm Javen, and this is On the Move podcast. And thank you for listening. Thank you.
Awesome.